Is it possible to create wealth without relying on luck? In a world that often feels chaotic and unfair, this question can seem almost naive. We are surrounded by stories of overnight success, the lucky stock pick, the viral video, the inherited fortune. These narratives are seductive because they offer us an escape. If success is purely a matter of chance, then our circumstances are not our fault. We can find a strange comfort in the idea that we are simply passengers on a ship, tossed about by the unpredictable waves of fate. But there is a profound danger in this thinking. By surrendering to the idea of luck, we surrender our own agency. We become spectators in our own lives, waiting for a lottery ticket that will likely never arrive. What if there was a different game? A game not of chance, but of design. A game where wealth is not something you find, but something you build, systematically, ethically, and predictably. There is such a game, and our guide is Naval Ravikant, an investor, entrepreneur, and one of the most respected modern philosophers in Silicon Valley. He famously condensed a lifetime of learning into a powerful framework, often called How to Get Rich Without Getting Lucky. This is not a list of financial tips. It is a dense, first principles approach to building sustainable wealth and, more importantly, freedom. Today, our mission is to decode the core pillars of this framework, to understand how to stop playing the lottery and start building a machine. The entire foundation of Naval's philosophy, the bedrock upon which everything else is built, rests on one simple, brutal, and ultimately empowering idea: accountability. He states, "Take responsibility for your own life. All the blame, all the credit, it's all yours." This is not a call for self-blame. It is a call to seize power. Think of the difference between being a passenger on a ship and being the captain. The passenger complains about the storm and curses their luck. The captain, while acknowledging the storm, takes the helm, reads the maps, and navigates through it. The captain understands that their destination is their responsibility regardless of the weather. By taking extreme ownership of your actions and outcomes, you give yourself the power to change them. You stop waiting for a lottery ticket and start designing your own machine. And the engine of that machine is the most powerful concept in modern wealth creation: leverage. Archimedes once said, "Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world." Leverage is the force multiplier for your judgment. It is the tool that allows one person to achieve the output of 1,000. It is the difference between working for an hourly wage, trading your time directly for money, and owning a system that works for you, even when you are asleep. Naval identifies 3 major forms of leverage, each defining an era of wealth creation. The first and oldest is labor. This is the leverage of the tribal chief or the factory owner, having other people work for you. It's powerful, but it's messy, difficult to manage, and it is highly competitive. The second is capital. This is the leverage of the 20th century, the language of Wall Street. It is the power of using money to make more money. Capital is a powerful tool. It scales beautifully and works for you 24/7. But it has one major prerequisite: you need capital to get started. But the third form of leverage, the one that defines our era and has created a new generation of wealth, is what Naval calls permissionless leverage. This is the ultimate unfair advantage, and it is available to nearly everyone. It is the leverage of code and media. Think about the sheer power of this. A single software developer can write a piece of code that can be used by millions. A single writer can build a media empire from their bedroom. A single person with a microphone and a laptop can create a podcast that reaches more listeners than a national radio station. Once the product, the code, the podcast, the video, is created, it can be replicated and distributed to the entire world at virtually zero marginal cost. No one needs to give you permission to write an article. No one needs to give you permission to record a video. This is why it's permissionless. This is the great equalizer. The question then becomes, what do you apply this incredible leverage to? The answer is specific knowledge. Naval argues that you cannot compete by learning what everyone else is learning in school. Standard education creates standard employees. True wealth comes from developing specific knowledge. What is it? It's not a technical skill you can learn in a classroom. It is the unique intersection of your genuine curiosity, your innate talents, and your passions. It's the thing you can't help but do, the topic you read about on weekends, not for money, but for the sheer joy of it. It could be a deep understanding of video game design, an obsession with 17th century poetry, or an encyclopedic knowledge of electric cars. It feels like play to you, but looks like work to others. This specific knowledge cannot be taught, but it can be learned. It is found by following your own genuine curiosity, not by chasing what's popular. Ask yourself, what topics did I love as a child before I was told what I should be interested in? What feels like play to me, but looks like work to others? What is a skill I am naturally good at that others seem to find difficult? When you find that unique obsession and combine it with the permissionless leverage of media or code, you create something that no one else can replicate. You become a category of one. The final piece of the puzzle is your mindset. Play long-term games. Naval emphasizes that in life, all the great rewards, in wealth, in relationships, in knowledge, come from compound interest. And compound interest only works its magic over very long time horizons. The world is full of people playing short-term, zero-sum games. In a zero-sum game, for me to win, you have to lose. It's about taking a slice of the pie from someone else. It's a one-night stand. But the internet has enabled a new way of operating: long-term, positive-sum games. These are games where we all win together. By collaborating, by creating new things, we are not just slicing the pie, we are making the entire pie bigger. It is a lifelong partnership. When you play long-term games with other long-term people, you build a reputation that precedes you. People come to trust you. Opportunities find you. You build a brand, a network, and a body of work that compounds over time, creating a tailwind that makes luck irrelevant.
So let's bring it all together. The path to wealth, according to Naval, is not a secret. It is a system of principles. It starts with taking absolute accountability for your life. Then you find your specific knowledge, the unique obsession that feels like play to you. You apply infinite leverage through code or media, scaling your unique knowledge to the world. And you do all of this by playing long-term games with other ethical long-term people. This is how you create wealth without getting lucky. You are not searching for a winning lottery ticket. You are building a machine that is designed to win, slowly, surely, and sustainably. A machine that ultimately doesn't just produce money, but produces the one thing money is truly for, a life defined by freedom.